Arcs and central angles. So a central angle is an angle with its vertex at the center of a circle, hence the name central. So if this is the center of circle O, if that's A and B, then angle AOB is the central angle of arc AB. So an arc is an unbroken part of a circle. Central angles intercept either major or minor arcs. So here is a minor arc. So it might be this arc right here. Here is a major arc. And it is this big arc right here. So just like we have a segment addition postulate and we have an angle addition postulate, we also have an arc addition postulate. And it works just the same way as angle addition and segment addition. So if I have two arcs, let's say I've got arc AB is right here, and then I've got arc BC is right here, then the measure of arc, I'm not doing angles, am I? New symbol time. The measure of arc AB, look, we put a little arc over it, plus the measure of arc BC is equal to the measure of arc ABC. Or you could say measure of arc AC if you wanted to. Anyway, the point is I can add two smaller arcs to get two big arcs, and they're adjacent. They're right next to each other. So what is the measure of an arc? Well, it's just the measure of the central angle. So let's say I've got a central angle here that's 90 degrees, and here's arc AB. So we would say that the measure of arc AB is 90 degrees. And let's say I had another arc out here, and that's 30 degrees with that central angle. So the measure of arc BC would be 30 degrees. So to get the measure of an arc, you just see what the measure of its central angle is. Okay, so here's a theorem that states what's kind of obvious. In the same circle or in congruent circles, two minor arcs are congruent if and only if their central angles are congruent. Okay, so if this angle is congruent to that one, then guess what? That arc is congruent to that arc because they'll have the same degree measure. So let's work some examples. What's the measure of the central angle? Well, you can notice that the arc right here is 75 degrees, which means, guess what? The central angle is 75 degrees. Okay, how about this arc? Well, I've got 225 and 40, and the whole circle has to add up to 360. So I'm just going to go 360 minus 225 minus 40, and that gives me 95. So now I know this central angle is 95, this one's 40, and that one is 225. Now let's find the measure of each arc. Okay, well, I've got all these central angles, and they're going to have to add up to 360. So I'll go 4x plus 2x minus 14 plus 2x plus 3x plus 10 plus 3x has to equal 360 degrees. Okay, so how many x's do we have? 4x plus 2x is 6x, plus another 2x is 8x, plus 3x is 11x, plus another 3x is 14x. Then I've got minus 14 plus 10 is negative 4, and that equals 360. So 14x equals 364, and I'll use my calculator here. So let's see. We've got 364 divided by 14. So x is 26. Okay, now we're not done, are we? That's just what x is. So now we need to get all the angles. So 4 times 26 is a 104. And then 52 minus 14, I'm getting lazy here. 52 minus 14 is 38. And that's 52. And 3 times 26 minus, plus 10 is 88. And 3 times 26 is 60 plus 8 is 78. All right. So that's what you need to know about arcs and central angles.